We have unbelievable Sony a7S III leak specifications. Will the a7S III really deliver 15 stops of dynamic range? Will it provide incredible low light performance? Let's get into it. Hi, I'm Simon. Welcome to The Ordinary Filmmaker. If you're new here, subscribe to get notification of new videos like this one so you won't miss out on any news. And all the links to everything I talk about in this video, including gear discussed, are placed in the description down below. Now just a reminder before I get into today's topic that I'm giving away this Canon 50mm f1.8 lens. Contest ends July 31st. Subscribe to my channel for your chance to win. That's it. I do have more contest details in the description down below, or you can watch this video here. We have a big update on the Sony a7S III. According to Sony rumors and Sony Alpha rumors, the a7S III will have a bit rate of 600 megabits per second, which is completely expected. We'll get a base ISO of 160 for S-Log3 and a maximum ISO for video of 409,600. Now, some of you thought that this was a photo spec, but we're supposed to be getting 16-bit RAW output, which I expect is referring to the 4K 16-bit linear RAW expected in the Sony FX9 later this fall in a firmware update. And lastly, we're getting a staggering 15 stops of dynamic range. I first came across these specifications yesterday afternoon, but I was hesitant to publish them as there was no confirmation, and there were some areas leading me to wonder if we were being misled. I feel the same way that I felt when I heard Canon's new R5 would have 8K video, 4K at 120 frames per second, and IBIS. It was too much to believe, and I was roasted for it when I published that video. Now, these specs do seem unbelievable, not because they're impossible, they're not. These specs are out there today. They seem unbelievable because they would seem to cannibalize Sony's own cinema line. Look at Canon's implementation of 8K and 4K 120. They do provide stunning video, but there are restrictions there that prevent the R5 from being a main camera to shoot video, and Canon even admits this. Will Sony indeed provide these specifications, but restrict them somehow? Upon hearing the specs yesterday, I conducted a poll, and here's what you said. Out of 396 votes, 33% said that there's not a chance it's going to happen, and that you don't trust the rumor. 26% of you said, yes, 100%, Sony's been working on this for 5 years. But the majority of you, 41%, said it sounds unbelievable. But then again, so did 8K. Canon came up with features we thought were impossible in a hybrid camera. Sure, there are definitely some restrictions, but we're seeing capabilities brought to the hybrid camera space we've never seen or even dreamed of seeing in this market. 15 stops of dynamic range isn't impossible. The question is, does Sony have the courage to do it? 4K 16-bit linear RAW is also possible, as is very good low light performance. Coupled with unlimited recording without overheating in 4K, at up to 120, I was going to say 400 frames a second, up to 120 frames per second with 10-bit 422, and we have a very strong camera. But these are rumors. Just look at the R5 and see how the final product has been restricted. Will the Sony a7S III go beyond our expectations? Kenji Tanaka thinks so. What do you think? Are these specifications real? Is the a7S III going to be the new king? Are we going to have a new rivalry between Canon and Sony like we used to have between Canon and Nikon in the photography world? Let me know in the comments section down below. But that's it for now. Don't forget to subscribe for your chance to win this 50mm f1.8 lens. Thanks so much for watching The Ordinary Filmmaker. We'll see you again soon.